Okay, this one work? Oh my gosh, this is ridiculous. Oh wait. That's not working either. Yeah, I know. I'm chipmunk again. Did the squeaking go away? Yeah, I know. I'm chipmunk again. Oh, wait a minute. That sounds better. What just changed? Did the squeaking go away? Oh, that sounds better. Yeah, I know. I'm chipmunk again. Okay. I really want to hear it on YouTube to make sure it stays okay. Better now. Hopefully it's, I don't understand what keeps going wrong. I'm so frustrated. It must, maybe when I restart my computer, it defaulted to my microphone because I think it's my microphone that is making me sound like a chipmunk. Okay. Hopefully I'm all set now. So good morning, Junk Trader, Michelle, Amy, Cornhusker. I appreciate you guys stopping in. Oh my gosh. Cancel the live. So today I literally am going to be working while I'm just hanging out because I haven't really come on here. I was out on Monday. We were on our road trip. So I didn't do my normal lunch break Monday. And I'm just missing my YouTube family. So good morning, Flippin' Frozen. I posted a video yesterday and we're curious to see if Texas Bandit comes in. He pretty much told me to pull up my big girl panties and stop complaining in the comment section today, so we could talk about it. And if anybody wants to come on Streamyard with me, I would love to have somebody in the chat with me. Let me put the link up just in case somebody wants to come in. It's always nice when you have somebody that you can talk to rather than this. But the whole point of today is I'm going to be listing. So I was out of town, and by the time we got home so we have a Jeep, and we went off-roading, and I was exhausted. I actually fell asleep at like 7:30 on Saturday night. So I didn't get anything listed Saturday, and part of my listing challenge is 10 a day. And so that didn't happen. And then Sunday is not a day to list. Monday we traveled all the way home, and I had a headache, and I twisted my ankle, sprained my ankle a little bit. So I just wasn't feeling really good. And I didn't list all the way home, even though it's like an 8-hour drive. I thought I would be able to list on the phone, and it didn't happen. And then yesterday I had 80 packages. I don't know if anybody's group. I don't know if I posted pictures. Instagram, I posted pictures. But I had 80 packages yesterday, and that took up pretty much all day long for me to get that done. And then when I was done, those 80 more orders kept coming in. So I was continually packaging until 5, and I finally just said, I'm done working. And I played bingo on Victoria's channel and made some enchiladas. So that was my day yesterday. So I am behind, and I have 10 for today, 10 for Monday, and 10 for Saturday at 30 items. So I'm hoping I can get them. So yeah, well, with all the rocks you climbed over, I can see how you sprained your ankle. So if anybody's a Facebook friend of mine, I did And Donna, your comments were so funny. So I don't know, let me see if I can find some of the pictures of some of the stuff we went on. I probably could share my screen, actually. Let me see if I can share my screen. Well, let me pull it up on Facebook first. So we ended up hitting some trails. And you were funny because you're like, that's not, let me see. Hold on. I don't want to say what it is until I show it. Share. I downgraded my Streamyard because I haven't been coming on very often. Let me see if I'm going to do this right. Let me just do Chrome tab. Although if it opens up, okay. I have such a hard time when I share my screen because I never know. Okay, so hopefully y'all can see my Facebook page. Let me just go back and okay, so these are some of the photos of what we did this weekend. If you don't care, just hang in there. So this is my husband right here. And this is this guy right here. This is his Jeep. Our Jeep is the third one back. He went down the trail first. And I don't like this. I get out and walk when our Jeep is going to be in a position where it could tip over. And so I was already walking when this all happened. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I got to take pictures of this. It doesn't look as bad in the photo as it really looks in real life. But he was so close to tipping. And right over here, you can't see it, but there was a log sticking out where it would have done some major damage to his door. So that's my husband. And that's our Jeep. And that's our Jeep. So we're part of a group called Fourth Coast Jeeps, which the Fourth Coast is the St. Lawrence Seaway. So that's where that name comes from. People are always asking us when we're on the trails, what does Fourth Coast mean? Or where is the Fourth Coast? So this is somebody that was with us. So see all these rocks? So we went down this trail and this is my husband just loves, most people in our group, we love rocks more than mud. And they ended up hitting this rocks. And I get out because it's so much bouncing and there's so many noises in the Jeep that I feel like something's breaking every time we go over a rock, that I get out and walk and take pictures and videos and stuff. Well, these rocks it was just really hard to get a good footing on them. And there was quite a few of us out. Well, there was a couple guys and a couple girls that were, or another girl, and then myself, that were walking this. And we called it the ankle buster walking through here. But Donna had made a comment right here. She goes, riverbed, not a road. You are definitely lost. That was funny. When I read that, I laughed. So we got to the end. And I just stepped wrong and twisted my ankle. And it was sore. I could still walk on it, so I knew I didn't break it, but it was pretty sore. So I'm just looking over at the chat, make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay. And then, so this was the 4 of us on Sunday that went out. And that was when I hurt my ankle, was Sunday. All right, so let me show you the other picture. So then we went down this trail. That's just mud. That's a video. Also, this guy on Saturday that was with our group, he did this. So there was a plastic piece right here, and he completely busted that off and dented in his door. So he needs a whole new door in his bumper or fender. So he did some pretty bad damage. And then there was a trail we went on. Okay, so it's this video right here. I don't know if you're going to be able to hear it. You can see, like you can't see. You're going up and down and you can't see. And it's really narrow. And Donna made a comment that that's not a road, it's a dirt bike trail. So we were the last, I think we were the last Jeep at this point going through. This is odd. It was just really scary because you can't see as you're driving and you're just hoping nobody's there. So this guy, oh, you can't see, but this guy over here I ended up turning it off because I was just like, so I had to focus on where we were driving. So I stopped the video. But the guy over here without a shirt on was our trail guide. So when we got over here, which I wish I would have kept taping, but it turned and it went down. But you had to maneuver it just right to go down, or you would have just flipped down the hill because it was ended up being a steep hill down. So I mean, it was crazy, but we love it. Okay, so that's it. Back to reselling. So yeah, we had so much fun. It was really, really good time, and it's our getaway, and it's really what my husband loves to do. And so kind of it's his getaway. I tag along. I bitch a lot, as he would say. I complain. 8 hours of bumping up and down on these rocky trails is just like, I'm not young. I'm not going to handle it. So I tell him, 4 hours max. Like, I'd love to get on the trails at 10 and be off by 2 and be done 4 hours. And we ended up leaving so we did it Saturday, and then we did it Sunday until noon. We got there at 7. So we did 5 hours on Sunday. And then at noon, so we were in Pennsylvania, and my husband says, hey, let's drive to Virginia and go to Washington National Forest because there is a Jeep trail there where you can earn a badge. And so we drove the 3.5 hours down, got there, finally found it. It was like close to 5, maybe 4:30 by the time we found the head of the trail, because it had changed from what the GPS was saying through the Jeep badge thing. But I actually ended up driving. And, when you're driving and you're hitting all those rocks, you don't feel it as much as a driver holding a steering wheel as a passenger. So I actually ended up driving just so my husband could feel what it feels like as a passenger. But all right, so I said that was it, so that's it. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. If anybody has a Jeep and ever wants to meet a trip, and we would love to meet up with people. I think we're going to go for at least a week, maybe 2 weeks, in maybe September. Yeah, so now I need to get stuff listed. I got my little accountability thing, and I need to update it because I haven't done it since the 5th. So yeah, that's not working out really well, is it? All right, so I got to hook my phone up because I just took some pictures, and I need to put it on my computer. So nobody wants to come in and join me, huh? Y'all want me just to talk to myself, which I do love doing. I do love talking. My husband says I talk too much. Okay, so I need to transfer. Well, good morning, Thomas. Thank you for stopping in. You just missed or maybe you were here. I just did some show and tell of some videos or pictures in one video for my weekend climbing rocks. All right, I'm looking over here because I got to transfer my photos. So I don't, do you guys, when you do eBay photos, do you delete your photo after you list your item, or do you hang on to your photos? I've been doing 5 a day, but today I will be doing 10. Are you behind on doing your listings, Donna? I have to do 30 today. I don't know if I'll get all 30 in or not. I do have a doctor's appointment at 1:30 today, but it is through the telephone, which is, the nurse called me this morning to go over my medications, asked me if I weighed myself, if I took my blood pressure, which I'm like, I didn't take my blood pressure. I said, but I did stand on the scale this morning because I had a feeling you might ask me. And phone, Seagate. And so at 1:30 I got that call. But I have been hanging on to my photos because I don't think it was last year, maybe 2 years ago, eBay lost everything but your first photo. So it was such a pain to have to go back and find everything. I actually went to Bonanza and grabbed almost all the photos from Bonanza and used it from there. Allow access to my device. So I got a new computer and my hard drive is already full. So I had to get an external hard drive and transfer everything over to that. Let's see, eBay. Here we go, eBay, and August. So I create a folder called eBay, and then I create a folder for each month. Like right now, I don't want to go through 300 photos. I can just go through just this month's, which really is 300 photos probably. Actually, no, only 33 so far in there until I add these to it. I delete them, but I still, so they're there. See, I don't use anything like Ink Frog or anything. So dentist, I wish I had a dentist appointment. Although I did get a text yesterday from the dentist telling me that my March appointment has been rescheduled for October 5th. So I'm finally glad to get in. We moved over this that I first had, so I didn't go back to him, and it took me a little bit to find one that I could get into, and then I had to wait. So I'm like over a year getting my teeth cleaned, and I religiously would go every 6 months. So it's been really driving me crazy that I have not had my teeth cleaned. All right, open. Here we go. So I took all the photos from my phone and transferred all of them to my hard drive too. I pretty much in my hard drive I have double photos now. I got the ones from my phone, plus I have the ones from that I've transferred from the phone already to a computer. Someday, I keep saying, I'll go through the folder I called my phone and look at those photos, and because some of them are just screenshots I've taken and shared on videos and stuff. Like, I don't need any of that stuff anymore, but it's just a matter of taking the time to go through them all. Right. Oh, did you guys see there's new M&Ms at the store called Popcorn? Oh, I wanted to look and see how much they're going. Popcorn flavored M&Ms. So I didn't lose any photos last year. I think it may have been 2 years ago. Were you part of the? Do you remember that glitch though that went on? I think it was in like May, April, May, June, something like that time frame. It was not good. Some people got hit really bad with it. I got hit with enough where it created extra work. It's just when they have a glitch like that, I wish that they would compensate you somehow with their. Okay. Speaking of error, I got to cancel an order today. I don't really want to do it, but I can't find the item. I feel like I need, and I looked through all my old, like recently sold, or so when I can't find something, a lot of times I'll go and I'll put on, I'll do a search in my sold and see if maybe I sold it, and for some reason I didn't update something or whatever. And it was an open item, so I didn't sell it on Amazon. And see it there. So then I go to Terapeak. I think that's what it's called. Am I back? I think I went away for a little bit. I think I might be back. Look at the look on my face. You should see. Oh my gosh, I'm frozen on YouTube, and the look on my face is funny. Okay. Yeah, those are those like screenshot worthy things, huh? When somebody freezes like that and it looks funny. All right. Oh goodness. So I've been having all these issues with Streamyard, and they told me it was my internet. I've reached out to some of my neighbors, and they're not having any problem with their internet. And just now I looked, it shows I still have my internet access. So I think it's Streamyard. I was watching, what was I watching the other day? And their mouth and the sound wasn't, and they were using Streamyard. I think it was an auction I was watching. And I'm like, yeah, it's Streamyard. They're just blowing hot air, blaming it on something else. But yeah. Okay, so now I gotta go back. I'm trying to transfer my photos here, but I had to unblock my transfer thing because I wanted to see what I was frozen on. Yeah, so I can't find something. So I went to Terapeak and I did a search there. And oh, here's the pictures. It doesn't look like I've sold it in the last year, so I definitely didn't sell it and it got relisted. So I don't know. I can't imagine what happened to it. Okay, here's the photos I just took. So yesterday the same thing happened to an item I know I bought multiples of, and then I went and I think I may have sold it on Amazon. And so I actually bought it from another seller on eBay, and I said, hey, I'm gonna include an invoice because it's going to one of my customers because I oversold. And she said, sure. I mean, they did it with no problem. So hey, on eBay, and I said, Michelle needs to come on to help me out with my computer goes. I've oversold. And she said, I gotta take this phone call. Hold on. I gotta figure out how to mute me. Here. I feel like something's breaking every time we.
Okay. I see me. Do I hear me? Hey, everybody.
Things breaking every time we go over a rock that I get out and walk and take pictures and videos and stuff. Well, these rocks it was just really hard to get.
Hey, hey, I'm alive and moving and you can hear me? That's awesome. I don't really know what I'm going to say, but good morning. I came on because I do need to get listing. So I have non-clothing stuff. And I think the first thing is going to be a framed art thing. And so what are you guys listing? And where is everybody listing from? Are you outside on your phone, sitting in your office? Where are you actually listing your stuff? That's a good question. I don't really understand how my presence affects your internet. Oh, nice, Amy, in Vermont, sitting in the pool. So do you guys already have the changing of the leaves? We in northern New Mexico, southern Colorado, it's about time for the leaves to start changing. All right, North Alabama. I've been through Alabama. I'm not sure I've ever been to Pennsylvania. Nice. You guys have a lovely online life if you're sitting in the pool, by the pool.
All right.
Oh, nice.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I don't know. Maybe I need a new router.
You know, my son, I got a Roku TV from him, and at first I could get TV, but it started becoming really buffering, and then it wouldn't work, and I had to get a new router. But I'm telling you, it made the complete difference.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to do that. I'm actually going to look. I think I may have a router listed on eBay. I might have to go pull it. We'll look and see. I know I just shipped one today.
I'm renting one from the new one I got from Xfinity, and my son just gave me one, so I think I'm going to try hooking that up. But how do you know what kind of router you need? Are they a universal kind of thing?
I think so. I rented one for like a month, and then I went and bought the one that I was renting from them. Like I actually, this one I have now, I've had for 3 years. I bought it at a Goodwill, and it's been working fine until recently. We've just been having so many problems. And like I said, StreamYard said it was my fault. So maybe it is because I keep losing internet.
Well, that's what I kept thinking of, like for my TV. I'm thinking, I have all this internet around the house. Why is my TV not working with it? It's just the way I understood it, just the amount of pull. It was too much pull for the router.
Well, I do have a Linksys router. I'm going to have to pull it and see if it's the same as what I got upstairs, if it'll work. And I also have, actually, I'm going to go grab it. It's called like a VELOP. They were on sale at Walmart on clearance.
I'm definitely envious, even if it is just a $12 pool. So if that's a $12 Walmart pool, is that a kiddie pool? Hell yeah. A little computer, little, a cold drink and feet in the water. Who could have it better than that?
Oh, I thought that's my sister. I thought she was going to her in-laws. They have an in-ground pool. I thought that's where she was going.
Oh, with dinosaurs.
So she literally has just one of those like kiddie pools.
It don't get much better than that. Although that other person was in the pool.
Oh, was there someone else?
Maybe I'm confusing them. There's somebody sitting by.
Amy's sitting by the pool.
Yeah, we have sitting by the pool and we have sitting in the pool and listing. What kind of life is that?
Yeah, Tamara's pool is better. I do have a nice pool. I don't like to go in it. I'm not a big pool person. Okay, so I got one of these. I think I might break down and stop. I'm selling it for $150 on Amazon, but I think I might end up hooking it up and seeing if it works. Linksys Velop. It's for like if you have 3 stories for 5,000 square foot home. I don't have a 5,000 square foot home.
Might be more internet than you can handle if it has that much capability.
Yeah.
You'll be zipping around the internet in no time.
And I also have just that Linksys one. I might just try that one too. Let me see. No, grab that one. That's in D3. Ugh. Hopefully one of these will fix it. I'm surprised I have my background on. It must be I have prepaid up until a certain point, so they haven't taken away all my stuff because I downgraded my StreamYard. So I do have just this Linksys one. I think I'll try this one first since this one's only a $24 $24 one. If this fixes my problem.
Hey, priorities are priorities.
And then that way I can still sell the $150 one. All right. I got to keep that out so I can bring that upstairs. Which I guess hopefully I don't lose the internet again. Because the problem is when you lose the internet, you can't log yourself out of StreamYard.
Well, maybe wait till after you do this listing.
Oh, yeah, but I'm just talking about, like, if I lose it, I can't even go up and, well, I guess if I lost it, I could run up and switch it over. I just want to be on the screen during that time. All right, let's see.
Yeah, you might have to take your system down, reconnect, and then bring it all back up.
I'm looking at my YouTube. My YouTube was like way back from when I was buffering. So my husband went and brought my car to the shop to get fixed, and he said it's all fixed. So that is great. It's nice having a husband who does things for you.
And it's nice having a car that works. I just had my car fixed. I have a 2010 Subaru, and I was late for the train for work, and I put it in reverse at 80 miles an hour twice.
Woo.
And I drove it for a couple years with no reverse. How does one do that? Very carefully. And you don't park down, and you really want to look for spaces, that you can slide out with style. And
you got to park way in the end of the parking lot when you go.
Yeah, or drive through.
You have to always drive through. And
yeah. So I just had it fixed more economically than when I had looked into it when it first started. And I didn't need a husband to get it fixed, but I needed the man that did the work.
Oh, so, yeah.
Hats off to him.
And I say a husband, it could be a partner, whatever. Yeah. I'm not going to discriminate over that. But in that one that will do things, like, because he brings my postal stuff to the post office for me every day. Yeah. That's pretty much the extent that he helps with the business. I mean, he will carry like heavy boxes for me and stuff like that. But he jumps in and helps out with things like getting this fixed on my car instead of me having to go do it. He went and did it so I could be here doing this today. So I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Just somebody, I shouldn't say it's nice having a husband, because some husbands don't support people in their business or aren't any help at all. So thankfully mine's helpful.
Not to sound super profound, but one of the things I like to think I live by is we love those that love us, and we take care of those that take care of us. It's just something about that cosmic karma that I think we all need.
Well, and that's why, as much as sometimes I don't want to go on these Jeep trips, especially, because it's like 7-8 hours to get there. That's not without me sourcing, which we sourced all the way down. So it was like a 14-hour trip down. And then to spend 2 days on these bumpy trails and, just not comfortable. Although he's going to get me a harness to wear, because the seatbelt just cuts right here. And when you're in a Jeep, it locks up when you're hitting these bumps. So it like locks really tight and you can't even like move. So we're going to get harnesses, which will hopefully help me stay so I'm not bouncing around. But I said I need to wear like a full body girdle, because when you have as much extra fat that I have, when you hit those bumps, they shake so much versus if I was a thinner person. So I said I just need to wear a girdle so all of this Jello stuff doesn't jiggle all over the place.
Well, that's a fun thing about having a partner, is you do stuff you don't necessarily want to do, but it's giving that, joy to another person.
Yeah.
And you receive joy from them. Not all husbands like to go to thrift stores and garage sales.
Oh, my husband does not like it. He sits in the car. He will drive to them, though. Like all the way down, he stopped at all these stores. He just pulled up, which was nice because he pulled up right to the front door. I'd jump out. I'd run in, look for what I needed to look for at Walmart, wherever I was going. And then when I walk out, I would call him or text him, and he would pull right back up, and I'd load the stuff up and jump in and head off. Nice. So he doesn't mind doing that, which is nice, versus somebody who's like, I'm not going to stop. And although we did get, I'm thinking we were probably 6 hours into the trip, and we were only about 3 hours away. And he kind of made a comment where I was like, okay, let's skip these other stops I had on my list, and we'll hit them on the way back, because I don't want to push it too much. So
right.
Yeah, I am lucky, Junk Trader. It's funny because I've talked to my mother, and she's with me, and we stopped at like this little store a couple weeks ago when we did a day trip, and she goes, your father would never stop at these type of places. And my father did everything for my mother, like was just an amazing husband. And I'm shocked now that he's passed, all of the things that she says he wouldn't do or didn't do, and I'm like, wow, that surprises me. Dad wouldn't do that. Dad didn't do that. So I'm very fortunate. My husband will stop wherever I ask him to stop.
That's nice. That is really nice.
Okay, so I'm gonna what am I gonna list first?
I'm listing a framed art thing.
I think I'm gonna list this Nivea in shower body lotion. Oh, that's pretty. Oh, those are my mother's favorite flowers.
What kind of flower? Wait,
aren't they like hydrangeas? Is that what they're called?
I think so. It's like a gift frame. Shit.
Oh yeah, huh? Never seen that. I love the nice small size. That's perfect for a bathroom.
Yeah, from artist Kathy Seek. Expression of thanks, your friendship. It says, you are one of the nicest people I know. Thanks for your friendship.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Those are the things that are really nice. Like every now and then I'll go on and I'll order stuff from eBay or Etsy or something and ship up to some of my friends just to be like, hey, I haven't talked to you in a year, but I'm still thinking of you because, our lives get so busy.
And to me,
Scott, it is Monday. Scott just said, is it still Monday? Yeah, it's Monday. Every day's Monday.
All day.
When you're a reseller, every day is whatever day you want it to be.
But I think we all, as sellers, we all see people buying stuff like this, maybe the middle of the night or the middle of the day, but they just need something quick and easy, click, 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 that shows up at their door.
Right.
Or
at the door to their friend,
Or the door to their friend, yeah.
It's so easy to go in and change and to add an address to your eBay profile and to be able to ship something to it. But yeah, so I picked up some of this body lotion stuff, which is really good. I debated on keeping it. I got multiples of it. I can't sell it on Amazon. So eBay it goes.
I like that Nivea lotion.
All right, so I'm going to hide the screen while I do this. Search for anything. I also, when I list, I always try and do sell similar. In shower body lotion. Aloe vera. I wonder if any of these are like discontinued ones, which would be really nice. Price goes up when they're discontinued. Unable to connect to chat. It's really weird on my YouTube. It's not showing me the chat.
I need to redo my setup. I need a second monitor. I have it. I just need to set it up.
Yeah, I had a monitor, and then I got a new computer, and my computer didn't have the connection port. So I bought an adapter, but I guess it brought over the visual, but not the audio. So I ended up having to buy, actually, we had a TV that was an old TV. I don't know how big this is. Maybe I don't know, 20-inch or something like that. And so I have a TV here with an HDMI cable. The only problem is I haven't figured out how to get the sound, like when I'm watching TV on it. So I used to have a TV here. I wish I could use the sound from the TV, but it still comes from the computer.
I have that in my other office in my converted bedroom. I have that. I have the sound coming through the TV. I think it's in the settings of the computer or the TV where you're telling it to recognize the different speaker options. you'd be able to do that.
And I have a webcam because right now I'm using the built-in camera on the computer, and I have a web camera, but it's only zoomed in where it just shows like this much of my head. That's it. So at some point I do need to just go in and look at I'm sure Logitech has some type of software or something where I can adjust it. I just need to figure it out. I just haven't taken the time to do it. All right.
1 of 10 things I've not done either over here at this end, so I get it.
Yeah. It's hard to find time to fit in all these things. So I got skew. I don't remember how much I paid for this. Nor do I remember where I found it. So I won't put that now. So Amy said, how come, why don't you scan the UPC? Yeah, I was just trying not to make a mess with scanning something and not having it work right, but I will scan it for the UPC bar area. You know what I noticed though, when I'm going down the listing screen on eBay and I get to the UPC and I use my scanner to populate the UPC field, it takes away whatever I've already typed into the custom label. So for me, I have to remember to scan the UPC first, or if I don't remember to go back and put in the custom label, or if I've typed in something and it disappears, because I have literally sold things before and there's nothing in the custom label and I don't know where it is in my totes. So I try and list things within the day in the same tote area. So when that happens, I'll just go back and I'll see what else I've listed that day. And if it says it's in tote D6, most of the items, then I know to at least go check tote D6. But I have noticed that being an issue lately. It's a lot of little bugs things that you got to pay attention to. August. Nivea. So I decided since these are pretty heavy, I would sell them in packs of 2. Anytime you can pack things out, just like some medicine I listed, I put it in packs of 2. All right, why don't I not see this photo? Well, maybe I already listed this. Oh, I was thinking of something this morning. I was like, oh, I'll have to bring that up while I'm listing to mention to you guys, and I can't remember what it was. No, I do not have Nivea on here. I gotta go find my photo. If anybody else wants to come on Streamyard and join us, you're welcome to come on. Just let me know and I can post the link again. Okay. I have been so busy with... Also, somebody said the other day, they said FBM, and they said fulfillment by me instead of saying fulfillment by merchant. And I thought, that's perfect. I'm stealing that. I've been so busy packing up Amazon orders lately.
So I caught most of your video yesterday. Did I understand you were minimizing what you were shipping to Amazon and really going to try to do more merchant fulfillment?
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of where I'm leaning, only because when I look at, so there's some things I'm selling right now that are like, I list them and they sell. Like they don't even last 10 minutes before they're sold, right, before I can sell 50 of them. So so those types of things, I just feel like, why send them in when I can just ship them and they ship so much quicker. Plus, right, when I looked on Amazon, which I just found my pictures, when I look on Amazon, they have it where there's some that are in stock right now on FBA. It doesn't say in stock on a date or whatever. Like they literally have them in stock right now, and their shipping delivery time said October. So I'm like, I'm not going to send my items in and then wait and have whoever buys them from me on Amazon FBA have them wait till October to receive them. So that's why I think the FBMs are selling so fast, because if you're a smart Amazon buyer and you know how to use the system, which a lot of people don't. A lot of people go on Amazon and they would say, oh, yeah, I'm going to buy from this person and I'm going to wait till October, not knowing that they can click on that there's 7 other sellers and find somebody who can get it to them sooner. So I feel really bad for the people who don't know how to use Amazon. And I've told my sister many times that she'll learn. I've told her that she'll learn that being an Amazon seller, you learn how to become a better Amazon buyer.
Right. I think for all of the platforms, eBay, Mercari, Posh, when you learn some of those tips and tricks. And we've all bought stuff and received packages we wouldn't in our worst days want to send. So it's learning how to kind of read those sellers too. It's feedback. It's a lot of things. It's your own intuition, but I think most sellers want a good experience when that person is opening up their package, whether they're buying foot powder or a Louis Vuitton bag. They want that experience. So
yeah, I take pride in how I package stuff and ship it and all that. Like, the things I'm selling, you could throw them in an envelope, but I buy boxes and ship them in boxes. I mean, I have so many boxes. And that was part of my complaint yesterday was, it's not just a matter of being FBM, but you got to make sure that you have tape on hand. Like, because with Amazon, you got to use clear tape. And I go through so much tape. And I don't know if Scott's still watching. He's got a paper tape machine, which is awesome. But I just haven't gotten to the point where, number one, I don't even know where I would put it. It would just be something it's not as mobile as my thing of tape. But I go through so much tape and I paper because I got to put it in a packing slip because Amazon requires a packing slip. And of course the ink for the printer to do that. And going through so many more of my 4x6 labels on my Dymo plus boxes. And I have to order, like, most of the stuff I sell is first class, so I can't use the priority mail boxes. And then I have to sit there and buy boxes and all these different sizes and shape. It's just so much more work than I really wanted to do. And that's why I said taking the fun out, because I love the sourcing part. And Amazon was great because I could source and then just ship it to them and be done with it. But now with FBM, it's just becoming more work than I really want to do, but I do like the money it provides. So
choices.
I know. And I know I could make more money, so I mean, I know that, like, I say I like the money, but I also do pull myself back, and I know I can make more money, but I don't want to work more than I really want to work. So I'm now at the point where I have really enjoyed, and I was telling my sister and I told my husband and my mom the other day that I enjoy when I'm chasing after one particular item or, one or two type of things, and I chase after those. And if I could just find what those things are, and when this item that I'm chasing after right now and shipping 80 of them yesterday, when that dies down, I just hope that there's something else that replaces it. And if I can just keep doing that, I'm okay with that. It's just doing that with everything else is too much. So I'm now at this point trying to decide if I want to keep buying these onesie twosie items and sending them in FBA or FBM or whatever I'm doing. So I don't know. It's just trying to figure out. Times are changing with the pandemic, and somebody was saying earlier today that they're pretty sure that everything is going to continue all the way through 2021. That's going to stay the way it is right now, all the way through 2021. And if that's the case, I mean, we have another whole year and a half of this going on. And so I just got to find a comfortable spot where how I fit in and figure that out. And Amazon is changing constantly. That's the thing. Like, if if they were still shipping in normal time frames, then that would be fine. But for me, even when I order from Amazon, it's taken them 10 plus days to get the item to me. So I don't, yeah, it's just easier for me to ship it. Although lately USPS has been so slow. Like I have an order that shipped on, I think it was the 31st of July.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was Friday. So it's been so it's been what? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 days, and I haven't gotten it yet. And it was coming to me priority mail. So I'm kind of just like, can't even rely on the post office getting things in a timely manner now. I think this Christmas is going to be crazy. You're going to have to ship things by December 1st for people to get it by Christmas.
Well, I checked my shipping times on Mercari. I just happened to catch a few of them, and they're all scheduled on time, and they're going to extreme opposites of the country, and I'm in New Mexico. So knock on wood that I don't have shipping issues. At this moment, everything is on time.
Hi, Donna.
Hi.
I'm sorry.
Hi, Donna.
And jumping around.
I have my eBay screen in front of me because I'm listing. So I just glanced over to just check the chat, and I saw you say in the green room, and I'm like, oh no, I don't know how long you've been there. I'm sorry. And then I was like, oh, I should see what people are saying in the chat. So, and by the way, good morning, Eric and John, for jumping in and Storage Scavenger. And I want to say, so John says, my FBA is killing it. Just takes them a while to ship, so I don't see my money for a month. Yeah, my FBA did really well in July. Maybe I just need to just send it in and not even pay attention to if somebody's not going to get it till October. I don't know. So I'm just trying to figure out what to do with all this stuff. And I just got all this crap just coming and piling up, and too much stuff. I like to be organized, and I'm feeling claustrophobic now. All my stuff is starting to close in on me. So what you up today, Donna? What are you working on?
Well, right now I'm trying to figure out how to print the label from Mercari. I have a Rollo.
Oh.
And I know there's a special way. I did it once, and frankly, I don't remember what I did to get it to print.
Yeah, so I have the Dymo, and of course I don't use Mercari labels very often. I ship on my own. But when I do, I'll use the Snip and Sketch, or Snippin' something it's called, the app that comes on Windows.
Okay.
And I'll snip the label out on the screen, and then I'll just say print it, and then print it to my Dymo. That's how I've been doing it. That's how I've been doing it.
I think that's what I did too. I was like, what program did I use?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. I've watched some videos on like different ways to do it, and that just seems to really work for me. But I know there's other people who like save it as a PDF, and then they go in and do something. I don't know. It's just
there's a whole many steps if you save it as a PDF. And I was like, I just want something quick. I was like, not going that way.
Yeah, I don't know it would be nice if Mercari would actually update their program so they, you could use 4x6 labels.
Yeah.
But I also have heard that, and I don't know how true it is, and it's probably been a good 9 months since I've heard this, that people were losing their store on Mercari when Mercari finds out that you're actually a business, that they only want individuals to sell in their platform.
That was about a year ago when I heard that. So I didn't, I think that's about the time when I got out, not completely out. I just closed all my listings because I didn't want to be caught. And then just recently in June, I started back up again, and I started getting all these sales. And this one here is my $10 sale. All my eBay sales are less than 10. I was like, oh, great.
Oh my gosh. Well, at least you're only paying $1 in fees for a $10 sale.
Yeah.
And that's nice when you pay just a flat 10%. Hey, Jane. Hello for a minute. Yeah, so I don't know if they'll ever make it so you can use labels. You have a label printer, only because if they don't really want businesses, then most individuals aren't going to go and invest in a label printer. type of
Yeah.
thing. But if they want you to use their labels, they need to make it easy to be able to print their labels.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I gotta come up with a chart. There's probably one somewhere out there that shows when is it best to use a Macari label and when is it best to ship on your own and do free shipping.
Well, I find that if it's 4 ounces, up to 4 ounces, ship on your own, because it's usually, even if you're shipping out to California, it's like $3.18.
Okay.
I have the free shipping on eBay, and that's kind of what I do. If it's over that 4 ounces, then I charge shipping.
Yeah, I pretty much do free shipping on most things. I think there was a couple things I was charging shipping on. Well, and there was one thing that I recently sold. I'm trying to think of what it was. Oh, it was school books. I've been selling a lot of homeschooling books.
Yeah.
And I don't know why I did a Macari label instead of free shipping, because with free shipping I can ship it media mail. And for somehow I put in a Macari label, and I don't even know how I did that because I very, very rarely do Macari labels. And it was for like £3, and it ended up being like a 7-pound box.
Wow.
So I expect that I'll probably get hit with some fee or something, and I ended up shipping it anyhow. I went UPS. I don't know what will happen. I see things all the time where people are like, "Oh, I got this thing in the mail," which I just got the other day. I ordered a dress on Macari, and they shipped it first class with a Macari label, and I'm like, "There's no way that was a first class package."
How heavy was it?
Well, I didn't weigh it because my scale was down here, and it was my personal use, so I didn't want to look it up.
There's some clothing you can ship. I mean, up to 15 ounces.
Yeah, it was definitely more. I mean, I'm a large lady. It was a 3X dress, and it was a knit fabric. It wasn't. Well, it was one of those LuLaRoe dresses. I mean, it was a thicker one. It wasn't the really thin or slinky or anything like that. So I mean, it was definitely over a pound. I could tell because I had this dress just came back in the mail that I had sold, and I was weighing both packages like this, and I'm like, oh yeah, this one's definitely
Was it
heavier.
Macari or Poshmark? Because Poshmark is up to 6 pounds.
It was Macari.
It was.
Okay. Well, let me tell you about my Mercari experience. So on Mercari's policies, it says if you're under postaged, you can just add the difference. That's not so simple because I've gone a couple of times and I've gotten a couple different answers, but I think if I boil down what I'm being told, I'm agreeing and understanding what the post office is telling me. You can't just add, like if you're going from first class to priority, you can't just add 3 ounces of stamps to your label. It doesn't really work like that. But the whole concept of these people, and they're showing the postage due on their labels and stuff, you really have to know what the item weighs, what it's going to ship out at when you're listing it. Because I had a scale, but I was like, well, it's not 4, it's almost 4, it's under a pound, it's whatever. And I was short. And so no one's ever complained to me that they had postage due on their packages or even were charged postage. But I've had 3 things through PayPal come back to say that I need to pay the difference. So we're leaving it to people that we have no control over, going to maybe a postage category that we wouldn't choose. So when I went to the post office yesterday, to me, it was going from first class to priority mail. She picked ground parcel or something, and my 1.4 ounce package was going to cost $12 that way. She didn't choose to pick the cheapest priority mail option or some other thing like that. And the other thing she said is, you get your she didn't say it this way. I'm explaining it this way. We get our labels through Mercari. It has the tracking number. You can't just go to the post office and, purchase, let's say 3 ounces on another shipping label, they're not tracking the two tracking numbers. One basically supersedes the other. So if you buy 3 ounces at the post office, the 1 pound label you had really is voided.
Right.
And no one receives any value of that, whatever is paid for it. So it's just really interesting. So my advice to myself, make sure I know what the shipping weight is. And if I sell something heavy, I have to make sure I can, if you go from, what is it, up to 1 pound, and is 1 to 2 pounds, and then 2 to 5 pounds, something like that. As long as I'm in the right zone, then I'm comfortable. Even if I have to put 5 pounds and I know that thing is 2.5 pounds, it's the same price. So if I need extra padding or extra box or extra anything, then at least I have a little bit of leeway that I can include it in there. But that was a real lesson, because I thought, I'll just put a few more stamps or I'll figure out what the difference is and just apply it. No, it doesn't work.
Yeah,
like that.
And on Mercari, you need to cancel, because I looked in to find out, like, how could I do this? And it says you have to cancel the sale, and then you have to make the adjustments and have them repurchase it. And I was like, I don't want to do that. I said, I'll just take the hit. If it gets caught through the system and I get billed $20 or whatever, I don't even know what the price difference would be. I said, I'll just take on whatever take it on.
Well, that's what the postal workers said. Their leadership was advising them to advise us, just put it through and they'll figure it out, and they'll bill us. Which, I think for most of us resellers, we're like, what? And in whose world is that going to be right? But,
well, because I've seen where they don't always bill, and sometimes your buyer will get it with postage due, and I definitely don't want any of my buyers getting something with postage due. So I don't like that. Just kind of let it go.
I don't know that the postage, my presumption is when a person receives a package, it says postage due, the post office isn't going to stand there with the handout waiting for their $4.52. They're going to go after the seller who purchased that label, and they can access that information through their own technology. So I don't understand how a buyer would have to then pay the postage. But
I don't know, but I see it every now and then, and I don't know.
And you see it, people are posting pictures, but it may be written on there, but I think the post office is going after the path of least resistance, and they're collecting from the seller, because they can find out who paid for that label. So if it was a platform or through a platform, or I do quite a bit of postage through PayPal. All they have to do is read the tracking number, and they know that I bought it through PayPal from the post office. So it's not a win-win if you don't know what the total weight is of your item.
Yeah, my problem is sometimes I'm upstairs. I'll take a bunch of pictures and I'll be upstairs listing, and I don't have a scale up there, and I'm not going to drag my heavy butt back down here to look.
You're going to have to break down and get another scale.
I know. I actually have this one. I have 2 of them are sitting right here. One just needs batteries. I keep forgetting to bring the batteries down because I have this one, which is my second one in a year, because my first one stopped working, which has this extender on it, so you can, put the heavy box on it and pull this way off to the side. And then I have just a normal one that's right here that I just put my normal packages on. But yeah, my other one stopped working, and you can't, for some reason I took the batteries out thinking it was batteries, and the new batteries don't even fit in it. It's really weird. Something moved on it. Must be those heavy boxes I put on it.
I love this scale. I so love it. I got it on Mercari. It's a Taylor
nice
brand. And so you turn it on, and it has a hands-free tear right there. You just wave your hand over it, and it weighs up to 11 pounds, which for me is just right. But wow. I have some other basic scales, but this one, oh my gosh. I'm just cheap. I don't want to buy a $50 scale. I think that one was like 17.
Yeah, that one I think was like 20 something. I used to have a food grade scale that a friend of mine gave me. Her husband works at a place where they make food grade scales. And that thing was so accurate. It was amazing. But I used it for like 20 years. I should find it. It probably still works.
I think my first 5 or 6 years I was using one of those old-timey scales. It wasn't even a postal scale. It was just a scale. But, you know, it had that little, I don't know, that you can pop it up and down. It just bounces up and down.
Oh, yeah, I know. Yeah, I know what you're talking
How
about.
accurate I never knew. Nothing ever came back or said postage was due on that.
Well, it's funny because I mentioned to a friend what I was selling, and so he went out and was starting to buy some of them. He's like, "How are you selling them first class? Because they're coming up as more than 15.9 ounces." And I said, "Well, maybe one of us has our scale off." Ends up being, I'm pretty sure it's because his scale is, or his boxes. So when you buy boxes, you can get the whatever millimeter they are. And I was using these. It was literally 15.9 ounces was my packages mailing out. And I ended up running out of the boxes. So I had to open up a new case of them. And the newer boxes were a little thicker, and it pumped it to 1 pound, 2 ounces. So yesterday I said to him, no doubt it was the boxes, not our scales, that were creating it to be different. Which stinks, because now I have to ship everything first class. I mean, priority mail, because I don't have the thinner boxes. I ran out.
I saw a stack about 3 inches tall of the small priority boxes, and I forgot to grab some when I was in the post office. Maybe I'll go back and see if they have them.
Anybody need any immunity blend tea? Right? You don't want to get sick. You need to load up on some tea.
I've been loading up on vitamins.
I pulled these back from Amazon because they weren't selling on Amazon. Can you imagine that? Immunity blend tea not selling on Amazon.
Put it on eBay.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. Putting it on eBay. It's good. It's Best By September 2021. I was worried it was getting close to the expiration date. So I see Cornhusker. Oh, heading out to have lunch with a friend, Jane. So thanks, Jane. You're probably already gone because I'm 3 minutes late reading your message. If it slipped through the cracks and gets to its destination, they try and collect the postage from the buyer. If it is caught early, either returned to sender or debited against your account. I've seen quite a few people complain that it gets debited. I've never had something returned to me, and I've never gotten money back or been charged for overage out of all these years. Because I charged like a couple years ago where they started saying there was no longer going to be postage due for eBay orders. It was just going to be billed to you.
Yeah, eBay had mentioned that in one of their updates that they were going to start doing that, and I forgot which one, whether it was last year or last fall. And then with managed payments, if you ship through eBay, if you have funds available, it's taken out of that. Not pending funds, but funds available. So that's something you want to, remember. I do most of my shipping through Pirate Ship because it's easier to track how much shipping you spent each month. Whereas eBay, you kind of hunt and peck for that one.
eBay is so difficult. They so need to figure out what they need to do with reporting and stuff. It's so hard to read their stuff.
It's very hard because when I was doing my taxes, I was like, where is it? And I spent more time trying to find stuff, whereas, Amazon, it's like right there for you. And Pirate Ship, it was right there for you. And eBay, you got to find it.
Yep.
And I don't know what Macari is going to be like because I only just started in June.
And the challenge with them with eBay is if you don't run your report every 3 months, you're lost. Like you can't run a report. So for me, I put my custom.
Yeah, you can. You can, because when I did my taxes, I ran the report for the whole entire year.
But does it have the custom SKU in that report? Because that's what I need is that custom SKU.
That I don't know. I wasn't going for that. I was going for something else. But you can. I think it does. It brings up like your normal invoice thing, your normal report thing. So if you go through account in the upper left hand corner where it says your name.
Yep.
Okay, and you go into account settings.
Okay.
I'm trying to walk you through it, but it's not going through.
As I'm going along with you.
I know. It's like
I'm struggling with it.
Okay, and then from here you want seller account. It's under selling. Go down to seller account. I believe that's where you need to go.
See, that's the thing. Like, how come they don't have one of those in black that says reports?
No, they don't. You got to hunt and pick for it. Anyways, once you go into seller account over on the right-hand side where it says invoices, click on the down arrow, and you have, I have it all the way up to February 2019.
Okay, yeah. So I do that, and that's what I'll get for my, I'll put for platform fees is what I call it for my taxes. But it doesn't have the custom SKU in that report.
Oh, it doesn't?
No. So that's what I need to do for my cost of goods. So if I, like crazy me, last month was finally catching up for the whole year, I could only run a report back to like end of April, I think it was, something like that. So I couldn't, well, actually, all I got was May, June, and July. I couldn't get the report for all of my custom SKUs. I couldn't do them. So then I was like, well, so much for me putting in my cost of goods and my custom SKU, because now I had to guess at what my cost of goods was because I can't access them.
Yeah.
So now I got to remember to run my report every month. And I sent something to eBay. So I found some report, but I couldn't find it again where I was able to go back to January. But for some reason, it was missing half of March and half of April. So I sent eBay for Business a message about it and told them the report name. And they're not even aware of that report. They're like, how did you find that? And I said, I can't remember how I found it.
Wow.
Somehow I found it and ran it, and they couldn't help me.
They probably did an update since you ran it, and no new person there knows how to get it to it.
Yeah. I was just looking, gosh, my fees last month were $623.
Well,
that's how much my bill was.
Good for you.
I know. People always complain, and I'm like, well, that means you had sales. If you got a bill, you had sales.
Yeah. No, my bill last month was like $130. I was like, oh, well, okay, that's cool, but I had no sales last month.
Well, and then I was watching the Bearded Picker yesterday morning, and they were talking about managed payments. And I've been hearing it on a lot of the Facebook groups, people saying, oh, I just got moved over to managed payments and my sales have gone down or my sales have stopped. And I'm thinking, I'm sure it has nothing to do with managed payments. It has to do with something else you're doing, either not listing or what you're listing. And then Steve on the show said, yeah, my sales went down. He goes, well, I also just had 3. I see it cycling over here, so hopefully people can still hear me. That it was cycling. He had changed his handling time to 3 days because he was on the 127 road trip for the garage sales. And I was like, I changed mine to 3 days while I was gone. And yesterday I had no sales. I had no eBay to list or to ship at all today.
Well, that's strange because when I got on to managed payments a year ago, there were some things I had to change over to 3 days, but there are some things they still have on one day, and a lot of the times I have more sales on the 3-day version, but I still ship if I can, and if I had the money, in whatever counts, I will ship either the next day. Sometimes I wait till the 3rd day.
I usually have 2-day handling. I used to just do 1 day, but lately there's days where I'm just like so busy maybe with Amazon that I just put my eBay packages, because my post office closes by 1:30. So I try and get if I'm going to bring 80 packages, I don't want to walk in at 1:25. He literally locks the door and walks out at like 1:35. So just for respect out of him, I don't want to walk in late. So I say noon is my cutoff. Well, by noon, doing 80 packages, like yesterday there were some eBay, I was like, I don't even have to get them out till, later. I'm not even going to do them until later because I was so busy. So I'm really glad that I have the 3 days. And there was 2 things I couldn't find. So it's made it nice lately. I need to do inventory again. I did it in March, but just within the last week, I've had 3 things that I couldn't find, and I've had to cancel one of them. The other one, like I said earlier, I ordered from another eBay seller. But this item I have now, I can't find. It's like a connection cord that goes to under the cabinet lighting, and I don't know what I did with it.
Wow, I just had a sale for a playbill. It said I had 2, but when I went to go get the one that sold, there is no other one. So I think when it relisted it again, it took it as 2.
Oh, so yeah, if you have, so I learned last year because I had the out of stock option set to turn on. When that became an option, somehow I was automatically an option in mine. And when I would go to relist something or whatever, if you've listed it with 2 items originally, it'll automatically relist it to 2 items.
Yeah.
So somehow whatever I was doing, I did that, and I had to cancel quite a few orders until I realized what was happening. Actually, eBay for Business told me what was happening because of the out of stock. And I'm like, oh crap. So I had to go in and turn that off because I don't have that many replenishables on eBay that makes it for every time I sell something to have it still stay out there and just be out of stock. Because when I sell that one item, that's it. I have a lot of one-offs. I don't have 100 of something. I'm not selling that type of stuff. So.
Yeah, I'm the same way, just one-offs. And sometimes I'll have like 2 patterns of the same number. That's one thing. But I did have 2 at one point, and I think at some point, earlier I had shipped one of them, and this was the second one. But for some reason, when it relisted either each month or after 4 months, I do the sell similar. It took the 2 and relisted as 2. It's like, no, I only have 1.
Yeah, I've caught that a few times. I have a few variation listings, and I found lately that my sales on I should say lately for the last year, sales are not good on variations. I'm better off listing them each individually than doing a variation.
Yeah, I've noticed that too. It's also if there's only 1 left, it's very hard to just turn the variation off. You actually have to create the whole new listing. You can't just turn off the variation and say, hey, I don't want this. I just want the one listing. You can't do it. You have to relist the entire item and get, another set of photos. I was like, this is dumb.
Well, and I have so many variation listings in my drafts right now because when I sell something, I put in the custom SKU, I'll put in it's in like tote B6. Well, for some reason, when that one item sells, the custom SKU is this long list of numbers. So in order for me to see the custom SKU, I have to edit the listing to see the custom SKU so I know where it is in my storage inventory.
Yeah.
And then I have to remember, because then if you say can't, even if you so sometimes it's an item that I've sold the last one of or something like that. So I've had to go in and say, something where it ends up creating a draft. Whatever it is, it creates a draft. Other times I can just edit it and then I just have to resubmit it. But I'm like, such a pain. Like, how come I can't see on a variation listing the custom SKU? Why don't I see that on my screen? I don't know.
Well, you can. There's two ways. There's two places you can put that SKU in. You could put it on where you have the title, and then comes down a little, and you can put the SKU there. Now, if you put the SKU in with the variation, you can't have it at the other place either.
Okay, so yeah, because there is a place.
You only have it in one place. If you don't have it in with the variation and just have it at the first one right underneath the title,
yeah,
that would work.
So that's what I need to do. Is I need to go and, well, I'm not going to go and edit them all. Maybe this year when I do my inventory and I take the time and I'll go and I'll edit everything and update pricing and all that kind of stuff, which I did have something the other day told me there was a new item specific that I needed to fill in. You know what I hate is when it's an item specific, and what was I selling? Shoes. I think it was shoes. And you have to say the style of shoe, but none of the styles were what my shoe was. So I had to choose a style that my shoe wasn't. I'm pretty sure it was shoes.
There wasn't a place you could add your own?
No, you couldn't add it.
Wow.
No.
What I usually do, like for jeans or something, they want to know the style. It's like, I have no clue.
Sometimes I don't know, like dresses and stuff. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I just skip right over it. It's like, I don't know.
Now,
Sorry.
some of them you can't skip over anymore. And so I'm like, I don't know what it is.
Wow.
But yeah, it was, I'm trying to think of what it was, but yeah, it made me put in something, which was weird because I did a sell similar, and when I was going through the options, I was like, that item that they put it as, that's not what those are. They're not that type of shoe, and now I understood why they chose that.
Wow.
Okay, so I also have some Live Fit tea is my next one. If you bought this from the company, it's $20.95 for a tin of tea.
Is it loose tea or tea bags?
It's loose tea. 45 servings.
Okay.
Live Fit. I'm just going to the website. I'm copying and pasting their description, which is probably against something. But I'm sure this company is not going to complain. I bought it from them wholesale. It was one of my wholesale purchases that didn't pan out right.
Well, are you listing it as 20 some odd dollars, or are you listing it for less?
This one I'm going to list for 19, because I think if you order from them, let me check. I think you have to pay shipping. Can you add it to a cart? Let me see. Checkout. Yeah, you have to pay shipping, calculated at next step. So it's cheaper for them to order it from me than ordering it from the company. Because I'm doing free shipping. I do need to go and change my handling time because everything's still at three days.
Now, with managed payments, I don't know how long you've been on it, but have you noticed that since over the weekend, the sales, they send you they send it off to your bank on Monday. Normally it goes in the very next day and it hasn't gotten there yet. Have you noticed this slowdown on that?
I haven't. So I have it once a week. I'll check my bank and see.
Oh, you do it once a week? See, I do it daily. And it hasn't gotten in there yet. So I'm like,
I do it once a week. As soon as that came a few months ago, I switched to once a week. I can't check because I don't remember my password to my bank account. It's telling me it's not correct. Let me check on my phone. Let's see if I know what it is on my phone. I always have to keep changing it.
I have it written down.
Oh, but you can't use the last 6 passwords. And did it work? We're sorry, you exceeded the maximum number of allowable password attempts. Oh, I got to reset it again. So the problem is I reset it, but my computer remembers passwords. So when I reset it, I need to remember it when I go to the computer upstairs, this computer here, the phone.
Oh my God.
So every time I pull it up, I end up having to reset it, which is what I'm going to do now. I'm going to put in a new password, but then when I'm upstairs, I won't remember what the password is, and then I'll have to reset it. And for some reason, they still have my old phone number from 3 years ago, which I don't have anymore. You know how, so I have to put in the verification code. I heard there's a scam going on where somebody will call you and they'll tell you they're from like your electric company or something like that. And then they'll tell you, well, we just need you to confirm your identity. I'm going to send you a text message and you need to tell me what those 4 digits are or something like that. So they'll go onto your bank if they know where you bank or whatever. Or let's say it's even Amazon, and they'll put in, if they know your email address, and they'll say reset password, and it sends you that number, and you'll tell them my number is 1234. They'll go on and put 1234, and they have now reset your password on whatever that platform or email or whatever that is.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm like, that's scary. Like my mother would easily fall for that. I would have fell for that back before I knew that was something that was happening. Okay, and then this one can only contain numbers and letters, no special characters. Like for a bank, how can you not require a special character? So I can't use like the type of thing I always use. You know, you get a system in place of what types of passwords and how you say them.
Now, my bank only allows you one time to type in your password, and then they lock you out. Then you have to call them.
Oh my God!
So can't you just make it so that it's 2 or 3 times?
Well, what I don't like is if you want to sign up for Apple Pay, how you have to call your bank to do that. Because I want to do Apple Pay. Okay, so now I just reset it. I'll never remember this password. Why don't I just tell all of you and you can remind me, or I can just watch this video. So, Amy, yes, my second scale is working. I know she asked me that like 10 minutes ago. I've been asked to pay postage for an envelope that was mailed to me. No packages. Set a reminder on your phone to do it every month. Yeah, I really do need to just tell myself, run your eBay report. What was the nickname of your grandfather? That is my password. Question. All right. Oh, I was in here earlier today because I paid my credit card, which I have like $1,200 in rewards, which I have when I do all my sourcing for RA and stuff. I have a credit card I use, and then I use those points and take a cruise every year. So I have $1,200 towards a cruise right now that I can't take a cruise on. So I want to switch over to a percent back. I'd like to find a 2 or 3% back credit card where I can get money back instead. All right, so let's see. Last time I got paid was the 4th. So I got my Poshmark came in. Amazon came in yesterday. Oh, no, that was on the 6th. Poshmark was the 12th. That's today, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that came in today. I wonder where my Macari is. I requested Macari too. Somebody got kicked off of Macari on one of the Macari groups, and they had a $600 balance that they can't get access to. So I'm like, shoot, I got to go in there and withdraw my money. I got to remember to do that all the time.
Yeah, I'm going to wait till I get to 100 and then I'm going to transfer it.
So I got the 4th, which was so Tuesday. Oh, yeah. So I didn't get paid yesterday from eBay. Let me see before that when I got paid last. Etsy. eBay was the 28th. Tuesday. Yeah, so I get paid on Tuesdays. So yeah, I haven't gotten paid this week.
Okay. I'm wondering if there is a glitch then.
There must be something going on.
Because I normally get paid, when they send it, I get it the very next day. And that was for Monday. Monday I should have gotten Tuesday, or at least for the weekend, Friday and Saturday I should have gotten on Monday. I haven't gotten anything.
Yeah, I haven't even got my weekly payout. Wonder how much they owe me.
Oddly, I have a friend who said eBay did have a back-end problem and didn't announce any glitches.
Of course, they never announce it.
Of course not. I'm not going to admit that. Not when they got thousands and thousands and thousands of people, kind of lined up for managed payments, that something would happen. I mean, were you on managed payments when the October thing happened?
So I've been on since last August. I've never had any issues at all with it.
Even when they had the glitch back in October?
Yeah, I wasn't. That was only a specific certain brand chains of banks were having the problem, like just Citibank and Bank One or something like that.
My bank was, and it was a credit union, and I waited a week before I got paid.
No, that's when I was getting daily payouts, but I was still getting them when everybody else was saying they hadn't gotten paid.
Oh, okay, because that was about the same time as the item specifics was happening. So
it does say that. It says they paid me
on eBay every day. It's like, where's my payment?
It says they paid me yesterday, the 11th. But yeah, I don't have it. I guess I'll have to make sure I keep an eye out for that. I'm not too worried. Thankfully I don't live like, that's why I do weekly payout. Like, I don't need the payout today for yesterday's sales, that type of stuff. And hopefully people who do need that will get to a point where they, if you don't get it for a day, you're okay. Glitches happen, things happen. I'm sure the other platforms have the same problems. I'm not sure I've ever not gotten my Amazon payout though. What schedule do you have your payouts eBay? Yeah, mine is drummer. Mine's once a week.
Mine's daily.
I probably would even be okay if I got paid once a month, because I have other sources of income coming in. I've even been going on Amazon. I get paid every 2 weeks, but I've been going in there every now and then and just asking for it, even every day, every other day. Because you can do that on my account. I can go in and ask for it every day if I wanted it, but you have to ask for it versus just automatically getting paid out.
Yeah, I don't think I wait 2 weeks. I think I'm on the 1 week payout because I've been on it since 2013.
Yeah, I'm gonna look and see what I got.
Grandfathered in.
I have. So today I can request $1,400, but my balance is $6,000.
On what? Amazon?
Yeah. Yep. 6,000 is my balance, but if I took it now, I'd only get 1,400. Or I can wait. When's my next payout? Where does it say? Yeah, they have a new screen now. It's so hard to navigate it.
I know. I was in it. I was like, how in the heck? I tell you, every time I go in it, it's like it's changed.
Oh, looks like August 17th is my next payout. So that would be what month? Is that Monday? Yeah.
Yeah, Monday.
Yeah. So today's Wednesday. I'll just wait because it's a larger amount. Because when I take it out daily, it resets it for another 2 weeks from that day, not from. So if I took today, I'm not going to get it again on Monday. I have to wait 2 weeks.
Oh.
So yeah, so I'll just wait. And hello, Zen Incense Shop. By the way, you did pop in, and I didn't say hi. Apologize. Of course, that was a long time ago. That's if you're already here. I was looking at my. You can get a report showing you how long people watch your channel for, like your videos. You know, because I do a lot of the like travel time chit chat where I just talk for like an hour. People stay for like 10, 15 minutes and then leave. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to start chit-chatting for an hour, but I'm going to break it up into 4 videos. Part 1, Part 2, Part 3, and Part 4. That way, if you like to sit and watch, because my sister, she's like, I love just listening to you talk for an hour because I can do work and not have to listen. I mean, not have to watch. I can just listen. And I said, yeah, but most people, they'll pop in and listen for 10 minutes and then they leave. So. All right, well, I guess I'll list this next. Anybody need any gas drops for a baby?
Oh.
I used to be able to sell that on eBay. I mean, on Amazon, I was doing really well with them, but they have now put it into a category that I am locked out of and not able to apply to. I'm like, seriously, I've been selling these things for over a year, and you are now not letting me sell them? I've had no complaints, no nothing.
Wow.
I tell you, frustrating. But what pisses me off even more, of course, right now they have free pullbacks. But had they not had a pullback and I got like, I don't know, 20 boxes sitting at Amazon, I'd have to pay 50 cents to pull back the 20 boxes. And then you're lucky if they send them back to you in a good condition or if they just throw them in a poly bag and it gets crushed along the way.
Yeah, I had something pulled back. It was a pet washer. It was in a box. You would think they would put the box in a cardboard brown box and tape it up and everything. But what they did, they stuck the label right on the box.
Oh my gosh.
I can't sell this. So somehow I have to get the label off so that I can either give it to somebody to use or take it to the I only paid like $5 at Walmart for it. Take it over to the donation thing, but I don't want my address all over it.
You know, I ordered some boxes from Staples, and they sent me the boxes, and they just took the plastic wrap and put it around the pile of boxes, and then they put the shipping label on one of the boxes that I bought.
Well, what? Oh, that's dumb. They should have put it on the plastic thing.
It should have been like at least plastic wrapped and then put the label on that because I bought those to ship Amazon stuff in. I can't have it look like a used box. So I'm like, well, there goes that box I can't use for Amazon. I mean, I can use it if I sell the item on eBay. Try that. I'll remember that for you. Oh, password. Amy is the best one. Oh, Amy, you're the brat. She's my baby sister. She's great. She's the one in the family that remembers everybody's birthdays and anniversaries.
Oh wow, that's good.
I don't remember anything. I'm horrible. I'm what we call the Aunt Connie in my family because my Aunt Connie was always late with her birthday cards. With me, you're lucky if you get one. baby drops. Highlands baby gas drops. Natural relief of gas discomfort and pain. There's no expiration date because it's homeopathic. Oh, I can't remember what they were so selling for. I gotta go find totes to put this stuff in. I haven't been putting it in my SKU, and I have all this stuff piling up here, and I'm gonna have to. It's just an extra step for me to have to worry about. Let me go see where I have room. They're pretty full. I knew I was getting up today, so I had to make sure that my bottoms matched my top. I had a different outfit on. I said to my husband, I'm like, no, I don't think that's going to look good if I get up. So funny. That's one thing that YouTube has made me have to be more aware of sometimes of what I'm wearing.
Yeah, you gotta make sure the hair is combed and everything before getting on.
Oh, I know. I washed my hair today. So Amy, since you're in the chat, I'm wondering how your root canal went yesterday. I forgot to ask you when I talked to you.
Oh, you don't want a pain.
She had a root canal. I wish I was going to get a root canal. I have a crown that keeps popping off. I have to keep getting it fixed. So I can't eat anything with anything that's chewy. But the dentist canceled all the appointments. B1. Even my eye doctor, I had an eye doctor's appointment and they canceled it. I think it was in June, and they rescheduled me till January.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Well, think about all the people they see every day, and they have to sit there and reschedule everything for being closed for at least 6 weeks. Actually, I'm thinking they were closed probably for 8 weeks here in New York. What state do you live in, Donna?
I'm about 3 hours of downstate from you.
Oh, that's right. You're in the Syracuse area.
No, Utica.
Yeah, but that's close to Syracuse.
Well, Syracuse is an hour away.
I'm heading in your direction next week.
Cool. Where are you going?
So I told my husband, I said, you can come with me or I'll ask my mom. But my plan is to source during the day and stay at Turning Stone at night. I have not hit a slot machine in months since March. So I'm like, I want to go gamble. And so my husband's got to decide what he's going to do. Let's see. Oh, he was going to Amazon. How about this? I'll list this next. But I want to source. And so I'll probably, it's funny because I said, let's just go down Tuesday and we'll come home Wednesday. And then I'm like, oh, maybe we should come home Thursday. And that way I can go all the way to Utica and source. Because
so what stores are you hitting?
Well, so you can run out there before I get there?
Yeah, no. I have a car that doesn't want to go too far, so it eats oil up, you wouldn't believe. So my sourcing is tied to close estate sales.
I was gonna I don't have any right here. Hold on, I'm gonna go grab something. I'm gonna show you what you need to go out and look for.
Okay. So I'll just grab them all, right?
Yeah, it's not what I'm sourcing this trip. I gotta find. I just saw them. Where did I see them? Okay. D3. I gotta remember I gotta put them back in D3. Okay, so I did a sourcing trip to Syracuse. When did I do that? Sometime in July. I've made a lot of money off of these. A lot of money. But I only went for one night. And so I just hit the Syracuse area, then went home. And I told my mom, I'm like, we really should have spent an extra day because I could have went all the way to Utica. Because Kinney drugstores are in Utica. They go all the way to Utica. I think that's as far as they go. Well, I mean, they're in Plattsburgh, but like from Syracuse area, you'd have to go all the way up to Plattsburgh to hit another one. So these right here, these Icy Hot, they're 10s units. They have been on clearance at Kinney's. I have hit all of the ones from, well, all of New York except for the Utica area. And then there's a couple in Ithaca I have not hit. But if you go, I'm trying to think of how far. So Syracuse, I went, I don't know the name of the towns. I'd have to look at the map. But I hit like right to the east of Syracuse. I've hit those, but not all the way to Utica. Like I didn't go to Rome. I didn't go that far. But so like any of the Kinney drugstores in the Rome area. And then these are the refill pads. So these will cost you $2 at Kinney's, and they're selling for $58.
Oh, damn.
On Amazon.
Okay.
These are currently listed because it's dented. So I got right here. See how it's like smushed in?
Yeah.
So I couldn't sell that on Amazon. So these are listed on eBay. And this one I think expired. This one expired in 2019. That's why it's not. I still have it. Otherwise, I would have sold it on eBay. I mean, on Amazon. Yeah, this one's good till October. You have to merch and fulfill the ones for the knee and shoulder because they expire in October. So you can't send them in. But they have ones for the back and hip, and they are good until like next year. So those are still good.
Okay.
But yeah, both of them. Like
there's a Kinney Drugs right next to the post office where I go in the next town over. So I'll go check.
Yeah, check their clearance. I do extremely well. They have, I don't know if you're gated in Burt's Bees. Most of the stuff I do really well on Amazon, not as well on like those gas drops for the babies that came from Kinney's. I do really well at Kinney's in their clearance stuff.
Okay.
Last year I bought some wrench sets last year. They were called bionic wrenches. And oh my gosh, that was my first time I hit a $10,000 sale month, and it was from those wrenches. Wow. I hit every single Kinney drugstore in Vermont and New Hampshire. I mean, Vermont and New York. I did a road trip with my mom. It took us 3 days. We did all of them in Vermont. And then we did all of New York. Did your area, went down to Ithaca. I mean, all the way up over to Plattsburgh, Peru. Yeah. That's where I got my speeding ticket last month. Was I took a day trip and went to Plattsburgh and around to Tupper Lake area, Lake Placid.
Yeah.
Kinney drugstores to get these. And thankfully one stop at the Lake Placid Kinney's was enough to pay for my speeding ticket. I gotta put these back before I forget where I had them. They must have discontinued those because I also saw them at Walmart. One Walmart had them on clearance, and I saw them at Walgreens. So they were normally $20. and Walgreens had one on clearance for $10, and I still bought it because I knew I could sell it for 50 something, even though I'd been getting them for $2 at Kinney's.
Kinney's, yeah. I'll have to look at the clearance section. Where's their clearance usually? Way in the back or up front? 'Cause I don't normally go into Kinney's.
Yeah, so so in the very front of the store, normally they'll have some clearance, but that if it has a red tag over the UPC, most of the time it's because that stuff is close to expiration or it's expired.
Okay.
So that's usually in the front of the store. And then in the back so there's two sections to Kinney's. There's like your home goods and your toys and that kind of stuff, office supplies. I'll go all the way to the back of that, and that's where you'll see some things. And then I'll go over to where the makeup is on the other side of the store.
Okay.
And on the other side, that's where I'll find, I've been buying the Burt's Bees clay masks, and those have been selling like so fast. Like I don't have any more. I think I sent in 100 of them, and they're all gone.
Wow.
And trying to think of what else I got from there. I'm looking because sometimes I'll have things sitting around here. But yeah, I mean, they just have random things every now and then that are in clearance. Like last year they had green light bulbs that, like for a while they were saying put up a green light bulb to show support for military or whatever.
Oh yeah.
So they had those. They were discounted really cheap, and they're still selling really well. I don't know if they're still selling well on Amazon, but last year they were still selling really well on Amazon, and I got quite a few of those and sold them. So they're kind of like a nice diamond in the rough for us because most people are thinking, oh, I got to go look at Walmart for clearance. They don't think.
Yeah, two Walmarts around me, the one in Utica and the one in Herkimer, their clearance section is sparse, very sparse. So it's almost to the point of not even looking there unless they have the clearance within the sections. I think that's what it is. You have to go through the sections, like for drugs, there's a shelf of just clearance there. It's not in the clearance aisle anymore.
Okay. Yeah, I do like that area. I forgot that you were down there. So, it's funny because when I go down there, sometimes I'm like, where are all the resellers? How come there's still all this stuff still left at so many places?
I think a lot of them shop at BJ's. I know there's one floating around in Ilion. He basically shops at BJ's.
Yeah, I don't go to like your neck of the woods that often because it's just, like it's another hour away from Syracuse, and Syracuse is already 3 hours from me. So, for me, there's so many places to hit within the Syracuse area. And I'm usually going down like just to hit, like last year, I just hit Lowe's. There was something at Lowe's that was on clearance that I just hit the Lowe's. And last time when I went last month, it was just hitting Kinney's. Like I didn't stop anywhere else but Kinney's.
Wow.
Just because there's just so many of them. So I use an app on my phone that tells me I can put in Kinney's and it will show me where all of the Kinney's are. And then I just say, all right, I want to hit these 17 of them. Give me the best route. And it will route it for me. But in this case, I didn't have enough time to hit all of them. I would have liked to have. But now it's tough with doing FBM. I have to put my store on vacation mode if I'm going to be gone for 3 days sourcing.
Oh, yeah.
So I have to close down. That's what I did this weekend. And on Monday morning, when I woke up Monday morning, I turned my store back on for Amazon, not eBay. eBay, I'll just extend the handling time. But I put my store back on, and within 10 minutes, the thing I've been sourcing I sold them all. Whatever I sourced on the way down, I was inputting, even though I knew I was on vacation, I was putting it in. And I was just like, oh my gosh. And I said to my husband, because I sourced some more on the way home, and I said, I'm not putting these in because I don't want to do 100 plus packages. It was bad enough I had to do 80. So wow. I got more today. I got a list, but I'm like, I need to do like 20 a day or something because I don't want to. And with Amazon starting on Saturday, if you want to merchant fulfill toys, you have to do 25 merchant fulfilled orders from August 15th to like October something.
Oh,
So I'm like, well, I might as well hang on to some of these and list them and get my 25 out of the way right on Saturday. But Amy asked, so I got ungated in Starbucks. Does that mean I'm ungated in grocery? You know, I don't know.
so.
Oh, we just lost.
Oh, Michelle.
No, Michelle just fell off. She was buffering a little bit earlier. I wonder if she's having some issues. Amy, I don't know, because it really would depend on when somebody set up that whatever Starbucks, when you went in and you asked for Starbucks, that item that you were on, was that a Starbucks, was that a grocery item? So I say that because let's say you wanted to sell a Starbucks mug. You could go in and use your Starbucks coffee. Let's say you bought Starbucks coffee. You can use your Starbucks coffee invoice and go to the mug on Amazon and ask for permission to sell Starbucks, because they don't tie the ASINs together. They just say, okay, yes, submit an invoice showing you bought 10 Starbucks items. It doesn't matter if you bought what you bought from Starbucks. You could buy little straws that say Starbucks on. They don't care. So it would depend on what the product was and whether or not it showed grocery or not. So I'm not really sure. I was ungated in grocery before they started making you have to have an invoice for grocery. So I'd say just go in and see if you can list something else in grocery. See if you can list like ramen noodles or something that you know would definitely be a grocery item. That would be my suggestion. So Michelle, we lost you. Like, it's you having issues this time.
I think I am having issues. The problem I'm having is I can't get Gmail to come up. That's a problem. But so I don't know if it's StreamYard. I don't know that my computer's too busy. I don't really understand what my issue is, but I need my Gmail. I've typed it in, I've clicked the button, I've done all this stuff, and so I don't want to reset my computer. Everything else seems to be working. I'm not saying Gmail is down. I'm just, my computer is having thoughts about offering it as a selection.
Oh, yeah, I've been hearing that noise that was just made. You made that earlier too, so.
Well, that's the little connection point from my phone. If I move the cord, it makes that like reconnect sound.
Yep, that's what does mine too. What would you guys describe this as? Would you call this a candy dish? Or like you could put soap in it, you could put candy. Like I'm trying to figure out what to put in for my keywords in my title.
Maybe
I would say soap, candy.
Just use both of them. What else
Yeah.
could it possibly be? Yeah. I was trying to find comps. There's like no name or anything on the bottom. This was in one of mine.
You might consider a vanity, like a jewelry bowl.
Or jewelry, yeah.
Oh, wait a minute, what is that?
Trinket dish. It's a snowman.
Oh, it's a snowman.
Yeah, I would stick in the Christmas candy.
There's like a little baby snowman over here hanging on.
Yeah, I'd stick in Christmas candy, and you could like candy, nuts.
It's really cute. I thought about keeping it, but then I was like, I can't keep everything that I think is cute. I got too much. I have the same thing. It's the style of the box. I don't know what we were talking about. Oh, that smush in one package is the way the box is. Amy, I think you're delayed. Because you comment like 10 minutes after we talk about something.
Yeah, maybe she needs to go on live chat, not top chat.
Yeah. Or maybe she just needs to come on video and then she can just say it
Yeah.
at the time. All right. I don't like selling generic things because without a brand or anything. But it was just too cute to leave behind. So it's hard to find comps. You don't know what to call it.
Yeah, if I turn it over, or even on clothing, if it has no tag on it, I just leave it behind.
Oh yeah, no
This
tag.
was at a garage sale. I don't remember how much I paid for this. It's
And so much of that kitschy decor stuff you can get at Dollar Tree or Dollar Store, some of these main places. Not to say it's not cute, it just is not. It's one of the mass-produced, things we all come to know.
$1. Well, if it doesn't sell, I know exactly where it will end up.
Yard sale.
It'll end up on my end table.
But you know what the other thing is about that dish? What are the colors?
Like a grayish green.
So one thing that popped to my mind was s'mores. Like a toasted marshmallow. So not that that's an angle, but maybe something a little different, a little quirky. Who wants the same old candy dish with Santa? Or with Frosty the Snowman?
Yeah, it could be a cookie dish for Santa.
Yeah.
I don't think it's big enough.
Yeah.
And well,
unless it's Oreos.
It'd have to be some pretty small cookies.
Yeah.
But that's okay too.
3 inches high.
I
don't know what else to say about it. Oh, well. I'll put this in. Like I said, if it doesn't sell, it's okay. Just like I had a bunch of medicine I listed, cough medicine. I'm like, okay, next time I get a cold, I got to remember to come down here and find it. So when I take my pictures, I take a picture of my price tag first, and then I take a picture of everything. So when I'm listing, I'll remember how much I paid for something, put it into my SKU.
Oh, that's a good idea. I rip the price tag off, throw it out, and then when I get to the listing, I was like, how much was that?
Yeah, that's sometimes usually what can happen. Theme snowman. I mean, it can be it doesn't have to be just Christmas. You can use it all winter. I don't know if it's ceramic. That's the thing. Like with people, they're like, "What's it made of? The material?" I'm like, I don't know. Breakable? It's not plastic. I don't know if it's ceramic. It's made out of like a clay. Would that be called a ceramic?
Yeah.
I don't know that stuff. And y'all listen to my channel for knowledge. That's funny. Sometimes I laugh at that.
Okay, here's my question of the moment. What nationality is this?
Oh, hold on just 1 second, because I'm not on the screen. Let me pop over. Okay.
Let me find a way to put it in the right view. Shit.
That was a little bottle corker.
Yeah.
Gosh, I don't know.
I think it's Eastern European, but I
German?
don't really
I don't know.
I know. I was like,
I think
Norway.
German's more, yeah, maybe
I was
Norway.
Dutch.
German's more Lederhosen, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
And I've been looking around at international dolls. I'm sure I've seen this 4,000 times, but I got to figure out what nationality she is. Somebody else has another one up for $40.
Wow.
A lot of others are not that high, but you know, I would presume there's collectors for that kind of thing.
Are any of you sewers?
Very little, but
Very little.
I wouldn't
Oh,
call
okay.
myself a sewer.
Does anybody know what this is?
A buttonholer.
Is that what it is? Because it is Singer. Because it says Singer on the top.
I think if you looked at buttonholers, Google buttonholers, and I think it'll look like that.
Okay. Will do.
I have a buttonholer in a package, but I don't know where it is. I'd have to go in the other room to get it. But I think that's what it is. I think it's a buttonholer.
Because I got the instructions. Well, I don't know if it's the instructions for that item or not. Because it doesn't say what it is.
Yeah, I would look because there's different models.
You can do ruffles, you can do a binder, you can do a
serger
zip. You could put a zipper foot attached to it or something, but it doesn't say what it is. Which I find
it might not be a manual. It might be one of their little advertising booklets.
Well, this kind of has everything in it.
Okay. Does it attach to the machine?
That I don't know, because I wouldn't think there'd be any way to attach this. Is all one. I don't know whether it's something that you do by hand or what the deal is. I may have to just take a picture of it and post it in the sewing group, and they might know.
Yeah, I'm 98% sure it's a buttonholer. So if you can look at completeds on eBay, I think you'll find it.
Oh, okay, I'll try that.
I have a space. It's probably the late '60s, but a pink container that has, I think, that and a couple of the little wheels, a little
bobbin?
Wheel thingies. No, not a bobbin. It's like a metal template. There's like 4 little templates. So it'll make different sewing, like zigzag or, straight.
Oh, yeah. I've got a whole stack of those up online, and I think I sold maybe 2.
I think that goes with, maybe not with those, but like what you have there, I think is just the base model that does the very simple.
Oh, okay.
You need the template things. You need the little parts to do fancier things, I think.
Okay. I'll have to go check that out.
I got this little thing. I got at a garage sale. If you watch my video, I did show this. But some of the people have this listed for $80, $80 and $60 when I look it up by UPC code. That is crazy.
What is it?
It's just a little pumpkin casserole. It's called Petite Pumpkin Casserole. You'd make like probably an individual serving size dessert in it. I don't know. It's cute. You can also use it as a candy dish. Me and my candy dishes today. There's a black one sold for
the bowl for the Halloween. Wow.
Yeah, a black one sold for $69. think I'm going to use that listing. Oh, they called it brown. Speaking of that too, is Amy was saying that pumpkin spice stuff is already starting to come out, and pumpkin spice items do very well for me on Amazon and on eBay too, but not as well as Amazon. But you know what did really well in Macari last year for me was the pumpkin spice Ray Dunn mugs I got at TJ Maxx. I'll be buying them again this year. 5-inch mini petite pumpkin stoneware casserole. 12 ounce. How much did I pay for this? I think it was $1. $1. Got a couple more items, and then I'm gonna have to sign off because my doctor's gonna be calling me soon.
Yeah, I need to get to the post office because I'm going to be on Paul Antonelli's swap meet.
Oh, I've been thinking about signing up for that.
Selling some stuff. All you have to do is show up.
Yeah, I know. I've watched in the last 2 weeks, but I'm just not prepared to do it because I just don't have stuff ready.
I'm just going to pull stuff off the shelf and say, hey.
Yeah, maybe I'll think.
Sitting there for like over a year is just not selling. So I'm like, I need to start moving it so I can put the new stuff on the shelf. I don't have any space for the new stuff anymore.
Yeah, that's how I'm feeling. And I know in my Facebook group you posted all these links of people with auctions. I appreciated you doing that because, as you know, I've been kind of thinking about, do I want to do auctions? I'm actually thinking about, once I get this stuff listed, of doing some buy it now videos of not really an auction, but just pre-recording or even just going live and saying, okay, this is what I got for sale and showing.
Yeah, there's some people who do that with the jewelry lots.
Yeah, I've watched Donatello, and there was somebody else that you had posted, and
Yeah.
I'm looking at their videos, and I'm thinking, okay, maybe that's something I want to, take a look at doing. Because I think in order to do an auction, you have to have enough following that you're going to get. Because I've been to so many auctions where like 4 or 5 people are watching, and I'm thinking, oh, I feel so bad for the host because they're just not getting the eyes on their stuff. But if I was to do buy it now, in 24 hours, I can get 100 views on a video. And so I thought, well, that would at least, right now, 100 views, hopefully in the future more, but, that would at least give more views than an auction. I might do an auction if on other people's channels or when I get enough following. I just don't have enough followers right now to pull in enough people.
Yeah, I was on Tiffany's last night buying stuff, and it was to the point where I think there was only 3 of us bidding on the same item. So I had a good chance of winning a lot of things because they kept bowing out after about $6. So I got a lot of good stuff cheap. But if you on a site like, say, Donatella Bonalina's auction, and it starts out at 25, you don't have half a chance to get in on something because it goes sky high.
Well, my biggest challenge has been I've been on some auctions and trying to figure out which auction format I like, because there's some auctions where I'm just like, move it along, you're too slow. And then there's some where I've been like, oh my God, that went by so fast. Or I've also been on ones because there's like, I think it's Grind Finds or something, or somebody like one of those guys, they do an auction, but they set a timer for like a minute, and whoever's a high bidder at a minute, that's it. Well, I'm like, I don't like that format.
Yeah,
I think people have overpaid for stuff because you just have to throw in your highest bid right from the beginning, and that's, I don't know. I would regret some of the stuff I'd buy. Right,
yeah, Wade's Venture, when he does auctions, they're too fast. They're way too fast, and it goes sky high. really
Yeah.
fast.
Well, it's tough because when you have, because I even watch the bearded picker, and he was in here earlier. His auctions, I mean, they just bring some great stuff though, because they're really kind of selling towards the reseller, and that's the thing you got to figure out. A lot of the auctions I watch during the day, they're more the onesie twosie, like something I'm going to buy for myself. It's not really stuff to resell. I think by the time you buy it and add shipping, unless you know what else they're going to come up, like I'll pass because I don't know if they're going to sell something else that's going to make it affordable for me to combine shipping. So I'll be like, no, I don't want that. And then later on, I'll be like, oh, I should have bid on that other thing because now I'm going to maybe get this and I could have combined the shipping. So unless it's something for myself and I'm willing to pay that combined total, I won't even bid anymore on those items. And then
I was on Lisa's and I got a bracelet to send to somebody else. So I don't know whether I'm going to have Lisa send it or whether I'll just have Lisa send it to me and then I'll just send it off, which I'll probably end up doing because then that person will have my address.
Right.
Yeah.
I think yeah, I don't know. So I was thinking I do like so the other thing I don't like about auctions is when it is a buy it now price, but everything else is an auction, and then they say, okay, I'm going to sell this. The first person who says they want it for $10, because there's times when I'm watching the auctions, but I'm not right at my keyboard, and I'll be like, oh, I want that. I'm interested as they're telling you about it, or maybe it's a lot of something. And because I think Alexa did it yesterday on her new auction channel. I was watching something, and it literally wasn't until she showed the very last thing that I was like, oh, I'm interested in that. And I would pay that $20 for that lot of 6 items. When she showed number 6, I was like, oh yeah, I want number 6. I'll pay $20 just for that. But somebody else had typed it in on number 5 before she even showed number 6. So I was like, oh, I didn't even get a chance to see everything before I could even nab it. And sometimes I wish that would have been an auction because I would have been like, well, I'll go $22, like, so in some ways, like you can lose out in money. So it's just kind of finding the happy medium of how I even want to run it.
Yeah.
And I do like watching the bearded picker and how he does, like, he'll say pay here. He has his PayPal going across instead of it saying Yellow Brick Road Reselling. It's his PayPal. So as soon as you win, PayPal him, because I think I'm probably just going to do everything free shipping. That way people pay me right away instead of me having to send invoices. I've purchased from people and not gotten an invoice for like a week.
Yeah, but if they pay you, do you want them to pay you through friends and family, or as a service?
Yeah, I'm okay as a service. If I'll pay the fees for goods and service. Which gives them protection.
You have to let them know as to how you'll accept the payment, because I think that's why people send the invoices out. It's actually a goods and service type thing.
Right. Yeah, I would just say pay via GNS, and I would announce it because, yeah, I don't want anybody to, especially new people. I would rather have them have the comfort of knowing they're paying me with goods and services, type of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm still on the fence of what I want to do, but I think it seems to be working out very well for some people, but I also want to sell lots of stuff, not individual, because again, I'll be on auctions where someone's selling a shirt for $2. And I'm thinking, how are you making any money selling something for $2 or even $1 sometimes? And I don't know. Are you selling anything for $1 today? I'll make sure I jump on.
No, not on Paul's, but when I get on Lisa's or Carol's, I'm not sure who's going to do the auction on Thursday. I've got clothes I want to move, and I will probably sell it for like starting price either $1 or $2. I just want to get it out of here.
Yeah,
it's either I'm going to sell it this way, or it's going to go back to the Salvation Army.
Well, I have some items that I put on Casey Paris's Rockstar Flipper. He has a liquidation website. And I put some of them, they were winter clothes, but I put them in as we were coming into spring. So I don't know if they'll sell as the year goes on. Like some of them some items I sold right away, but the winter items have been sitting all through summer. So I'm thinking about maybe pulling them out and doing them as an auction or a buy it now or something on my channel just for people who are looking for items for resellers to flip. Because I mean, you could get a brand new LL Bean, very nice down vest for $1. You know what I mean? Like I was lumping everything into like $1 or $2 average just so they would be meat on the bones for somebody to resell it. So I'm thinking about if I do it, I'll probably be looking more towards lots of stuff. Like I would be more apt to buy on an auction if I was going to buy five items, 5 shirts. 5 size mediums, 5, something like that, more than just one at a time. I don't know. I see a lot of them. Well, a lot of the ones that I'm on, people aren't even buying. Like a lot of the stuff they're showing, like Susie Woozy shows stuff all the time, and she doesn't get sales very often. And I mean, I feel kind of bad. And I mean, it's nothing about her. I just think when you only have 10 people watching, it's hard to have enough audience that's going to be interested in everything you're showing. So I don't know.
I know when Paul
who's Lee? What?
I know when Paul has Lisa is flipping crazy.
Oh, okay. Yes, I was looking at her earlier yesterday. Okay, I didn't watch the auction, but I was watching some of her other auctions because I think she's the one you had linked to. Lisa.
Yeah. I know when Paul has his on, he has Melanie Lighthouse. It's Melanie. I don't know where her last name is, or Light Beam or something. Beam. And she does lots, like Lego lots. She'll have like a stack of 3, but then she'll say, do you want 6 more or do you want 2 more or something, because she'll kind of like pan over to what her big pile is of the same item, and Tiffany does the same thing too, so she'll have more than one item.
Yeah, I like those. I like when you can do more, because most of the time I'm going to be watching to resell it. Not for my personal self. So, I mean, I'm looking for a deal and that kind of stuff. And I don't know. Whether it's something that would work out or not, but I might at least dip my toe into it and see. And I see a lot of people selling stuff on Instagram. So I've been thinking about even doing that. Like if I did a small video and I could combine the videos and make one video on YouTube that's, 10, 12 minutes long, but on Instagram, I could take each individual 1 minute and put it on Instagram showing an item type of thing. Because I just see a lot of people selling on Instagram. I even see them going live selling on Instagram. Vintage clothing I see a lot of that on Instagram going live.
I have to figure out how to do that.
Yeah. What's, oh my gosh, Rally Roots. I stumbled upon them last week. They were live selling their vintage clothing, and they had people coming on selling items on their channel also. And I was like, wow, there's somebody else. Because I watched another YouTuber, Katie and Vicky. Katie was on someone else's channel, 1980 something, selling vintage clothing, and she got like $900 for a t-shirt.
Jeez.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, that seems to be the kind of the newest thing coming on. So maybe jumping into it and trying it out and seeing. So if you ever want to come on my new auction channel, both of you, Michelle, you're welcome to come on too.
Okay.
And I do like how Paul does it. He just pretty much says, come on, show 3 items, or I don't know what it was last week. I think it was more than he did the week before. And yeah, it's just a great way for people to come on the virtual flea market, show your goods. And
right.
And I do like the idea of, so sometimes chats are always easy to find, but instead of putting like flippin' frozen, if you put your email, it makes it so if somebody's watching it later and nobody grabbed it as you were showing it, then they can go back and say, hey, I would be interested in that. So I think if you set the channel up for a way for people to be able to go back, or maybe even in the description at least say, hey, if you're watching after the fact and something didn't sell, you can reach out to this
Paul would
person.
have to put our email address in. But I have been on other auctions where they want you to have your email address in where your name is, or you can have like flippin' frozen and then dash and then the email address.
Yep. As long as there's not more than 2 people on the screen, because look at my even reselling gets chopped off on my.
Oh yeah,
on my
so
thing.
long.
Yeah, I know that. Like, I know the bearded picker. He has the ticker that goes across the bottom, and there's email addresses, and he changes it for each person. So it's a ticker that says, PayPal with their information.
Yep.
So I have to try that out. But all right, well, in 4 minutes, hopefully my phone will be ringing for my yearly doctor's appointment, the checkup with the doctor, and get that taken care of. And then I can go eat something. I haven't eaten all day today. I'm really hungry, but I wanted to
My
jump
lunch
on.
plan's canceled.
Oh, it is? Bummer.
Yeah, my lunch plan's canceled, and I'm taking my friend to the doctor later today, so I'm just going to hold the fort and try to list as many as I can between now and then.
Yeah.
I'm at 8 items right now, so I got to list some more when I get done this.
Yeah, I've listed 7 items so far. And I did all my shipping.
Yay. Well, 7 items may not have been listed otherwise, right? So that's good.
Right. You got it.
And Amy also said, I don't know if you saw in there, Michelle, she said that doll might be, or that little girl thing might be Norwegian.
Oh, I will look it up right now.
Yeah.
No, I need to reset. I go waylaid by the Gmail. I got waylaid by my Gmail.
Oh, yeah, because you're having all those issues. Well, at least I only lost the internet once. So that's good.
That's right.
And I only
had to
for a little while at the beginning.
Yeah, no, that was good.
I think I just need to unhook this microphone. So much for this microphone. That wasn't that great of a deal then. It didn't even last about 4 months. The Fifine. I won't recommend that one. So, all right. Well, thanks again for jumping in. I really appreciate it. And for the other 10 of you that are in the chat, I appreciate you stopping in. And hello, Galaxies Are Born, by the way. I saw you come in, Christy, and I didn't say hi to you. So sorry for not saying hi. And
bye, everybody.
All right. See you guys later. Keep listing.
Yep.
Bye.
All right. Bye.